This is 4B. We're recording right now. We have 4B from the 8-8 green sheet. You wanted this, right? Let's go. So what we're going to do, I would separate this into two separate fractions. We'll have this one on the left. And then this bar means to do what? That bar means to do what? Divide, yeah. So we're going to divide by this fraction on the bottom. So this will be x squared plus 6x plus 9 over x plus 1. So what we'll do in the next line down is we will factor the top and bottom of the left and the right, and we'll take that red fraction and we'll flip it. We'll take that red fraction and flip it. So the green one on the left, the blue one on the left is x squared minus 9. That's called the difference of perfect squares. That's a classic. X times x makes the x squared. 3 times 3 makes the 9. Plus and a minus makes it negative 9. And at the same time makes it 0x in the middle, so you don't have a middle term on the top. The bottom of that fraction is x times x to make the x squared. 3 times 1 to make the 3. Now it needs to be negative, so 1 needs to be plus, 1 needs to be minus. Since the middle is negative 2x, we give the negative sign to the bigger number, 3. So that's the factoring on the bottom. Meanwhile, we're going to keep the blue fraction the same, change it to multiply, and flip the fraction on the right. The x plus 1 can't really be factored. But the x squared plus 6x plus 9 is the difference of perfect squares. Sorry, it's not the difference of perfect squares. It's called a perfect square trinomial. This happens when the first term is x times x, the last term is 3 times 3, in the middle is 3x plus 3x, 6x. Now you're looking around for things to cancel. I think we have an x plus 3 here. Oops. We have an x plus 3 here. I can cancel the x plus 3 up there. The x minus 3's can cancel. These x plus 1's can cancel. When everything's gone from the numerator, you have to hold its place with a 1. Then you have the x plus 3 on the bottom. And that's it. Another way you could check your answer is pick a number, any number. Pick a number that you know might be easy to work with. I'd stay away from 0 and 1. And I'd also stay away from a number that might make the bottom equal 0. You can't divide by 0. So you don't want to plug in a number that might give you a problem, all right? So I'd avoid 3. Think about this for a minute. If you're checking your work, I would avoid 3. Why? It would make that bottom 0. I would avoid negative 1, because it would make that 0. I would avoid negative 3, because it would make that 0. So you can pick a number like 4. Plug it in everywhere you see an x and calculate an answer. Then, in your final answer, plug in 4. Calculate an answer. It should give you the same number. All right? You could check your work by plugging in a number and seeing what the answer would be.